Hello, welcome back to another message from the universe. And today I wanted to talk about the importance of rest. And I think I've talked about that before, but I've gotten some new insights on that. And I wasn't gonna make a video today, and because when I didn't have any ideas, and then and I'm like not feeling too well, and so I was like, I think I'll just let myself rest. And then I was like, wait, I think I should do a video on rest. So, yeah. I just think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to stay productive and be productive all the time, 24/7. And then when we're not being productive, and let's say we're like doom scrolling. So like the whole time that we're doom scrolling, we're like beating ourselves up over the fact that we're not doing anything productive, or we're just like, oh, I need to get up and do this and that and this and that. And then even like the doom scrolling isn't like you're not even resting while you're doing that, because your mind is just thinking about everything else that you need to do. I'm just gonna go inside because the dogs are like being active right now and barking, but actually, let me get settled. Okay, so welcome to my crib, guys. Okay, dude, I need you to. Okay, so I think a good way to like actually let yourself rest is to be more intentional with how you spend your time. I'm not saying, doom scrolling. I mean, I guess it can be bad, but like I think if we do it intentionally, then it's not bad. Because I think it's good to get inspiration, And I think it's good to let yourself rest and let yourself consume for a little bit. But we should be creating more than we consume, first of all. And, like, if we're more intentional with our day, let's say, if we do everything on our to-do list before we sit down to doom scroll, then our minds aren't going to be racing while we're doing it. Our minds are in a more restful state because we know we already handled the things that we needed to handle, and we don't feel as guilty about, I guess, spending that time on our phones. So, yeah, I just think being intentional with our time is super, super important. And it's something that I'm working on because I spend most of my, let's face it, most of my day on my phone or on my iPad. I'm either watching shows or doom scrolling or making a video, and it's good when I'm making those videos, but I'm still like spending time on my electronics, and I really want to be more intentional, and I want to like do yoga and clean the house and read and journal, but I'm spending all my time on these electronics, And so I think a way that I'm going to manage that is like first thing in the morning, like I'll make this video, right? And then I'll go inside, I'll go inside, and then I'll read, and then I'll journal, or actually no, I'll go inside, then do yoga, and then read, and then journal, and then make myself food and coffee, and then watch a show. And then after that, I'm going to spend an hour to 2 hours doing the work that I need to do, and like spending that time probably posting, and and then after that, I'm gonna clean, and I'm going to, So I want to set aside time to rest, but I also want to set time to be productive. And yeah, I think that's going to help me a lot. And I think that's going to help you a lot too. That way you could stay disciplined, but you can also rest and consume intentionally. There's there's a quote I had come up with a couple months ago, and it's that it's rest so that you can do the work well. Because if we're forcing ourselves to do the work, we're forcing ourselves to do it in a mindset where we don't even want to do it in the first place, we're not in the mood, and then we also are probably like tired, and we'll probably have brain fog because our brains weren't prepared to be productive, or they didn't want to be productive, and we're forcing ourselves to be productive. And so especially when we're being creative, right, we're trying to create this like art piece, whether it's music or it's a painting, right, or a drawing. And like I think the work or the piece itself would be 10 times better if we worked on it when we actually had the inspiration, motivation, and energy to do it, instead of like forcing ourselves, you know? We're forcing the magic. I've already talked about that, but like that's just the fact. And it's not going to turn out as good as it could be when you're actually in that space to create. And so I think we need to be more mindful of how we're spending our time and actually get ourselves prepared to create. So we have to handle everything else and get our rest in, and then we are free to not think about anything else but creating, but this project that we're working on, So, yeah. Just release this pressure to be productive all the time and be more intentional with your time and how you use it. That's the advice I have for today. I'm sorry, I'm not as I'm not as insightful today as I want to be. But I mean, that's the whole point, right? That's literally the point that I'm trying to make. On why rest is so important. And so, yeah, now I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna work with the energy that I'm feeling right now. And yeah. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this. And enjoy the rest of your day. God loves you. The universe loves you. I love you. So love yourself today and love your people today.